The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Hello and welcome to Madison High School for today's Group 3 semifinal field hockey game between your Wayne Hills Patriots and the Warren Hills Blue Streaks. I'm John Vittas here with Anthony Scudillo and Nick Appaluccio. Guys, let's get right into it. Now, the big difference from the last game was the conditions have completely changed. It was about 60 degrees, nice day. We played on the grass, but today it's completely different. The temperature's probably in about the mid-40s. It's raining, it's windy, it's pretty much miserable. Well, we are playing on turf, which Wayne Hills is more familiar with. So, Anthony, how do you think the conditions will affect today's game? Will it hurt or help Wayne Hills?
Well, John, once the game starts, it's really not going to matter. I mean, the mentality is there. All you have to do is, play your game and don't stray away from it. But it is a lot colder, and I think that will, have a big impact in the beginning minutes when, the girls aren't warmed up yet. But like you said, it is on turf, so everything will be moving a lot faster than the other day. I think it'll be a fast-paced game.
Now, both of these teams come in as the state champions. Wayne Hills won their state championship against West Morris a couple days ago. We were there to call the action. I talked to Coach Badami on the post-game interview. She said the Group 3 state championship was the goal for this team. So anything they get from here on, to use her words, is gravy. So, Wayne Hills is going to come in here with no pressure. They're just going to play their hearts out, see what happens. So with that loose mentality, do you think it either helps them or hurts them, Nick?
I think it's going to help them. They're going to come in this game a lot more relaxed. They really have nothing on the line. Tomorrow's another day. They already won what they wanted, and they're just going to come out here, try to win. If they don't win, it's not that big of a deal to them.
Now, this team has a great mix of senior leadership along with some younger, talented players. If you had to pick one player that has to come out and have a big game today, who would it be?
John, it has to be Steph Zigman, the fantastic goalie. She's one of the top goalies in the state, and if she could keep it low scoring for Warren Hills, it'll be good because Wayne Hills is obviously a great offensive team.
I think it's going to be Nicole Modak. Last game she didn't step up, but they still won this. This game, I think if she sets up, it's going to be a pretty close game, possibly a win for Hills if she can get a goal or two.
Now, Steph Zigman is the safety pick here. I picked her last game. She had 21 saves, but the difference today has to be the defense. So I'm going to go with the defender, senior Caitlin Laux, to be my key player of the game, because last game, Steph Zigman made 21 saves. She can't have to do that every time in order for her team to win. So if they can keep shots away from her, Wayne Hills will come away with the win today. So that'll do it for our pregame show. We'll be back with the start of action after this. Hello and welcome back to Madison High School for today's Group 3 semifinal matchup between your Wayne Hills Patriots and the Warren Hills Blue Streaks. I'm John Vittas here with Anthony Scudillo and Nick Appaluccio as we get ready to start things off here from Madison High School. It's a neutral site for today's matchup. The winner will head into the Tournament of Champions, which matches up the 16 best field hockey teams in the state of New Jersey. As Nick and I were at the game 2 nights ago where Wayne Hills was able to knock off West Morris by a score of 2-1 in double overtime. The game-winning goal by Brittany Gallone with 3 minutes to go in the second overtime got Wayne Hills to this point. So, Nick, do you think Wayne Hills is going to be able to ride the momentum from that one and take it over into today's matchup?
I think that game was huge. It was a great momentum booster for them. Same place last year. They ended up getting killed in this game last year. I think this year's a different year, though. They have a lot of senior leadership on this team, and I really think they could pull this one out and win it.
Well, we're underway now here for the North 3 semifinal matchup. Wayne Hills will go. It looks to be the same starting lineup as the last game. This is Jacqueline Giametta coming over the middle. I believe that is Jen Stessel on the far side trying to make things happen. Gets past the defender. Gets across the 20-yard line, trying to get it into the circle. It's going to be knocked away by Warren Hills, and the first whistle will go in favor of the Blue Streaks. Let's just fill you in on how Wayne Hills got to this point in the North 1 Group 3 state tournament. They had a opening round bye coming in as the number 2 seed. They played High Point and won by a score of 3-2 in the quarters. In the semifinals, they were able to beat the Passaic Valley Indians by a score of 3-2. And like we said the other day, they got past the number 1 seeded West Morris Central team by a score of 2-1. So that's how they got here. They come in with a record of 15-1, with that one loss coming in the county finals to that very same Passaic Valley team. So they got to avenge that loss in the state tournament. So there's not one team they've played that they haven't beaten.
John, control has been in Wayne Hills' favor thus far, and they are really keeping it in Warren Hills' territory.
Yeah, so far in the early going, Wayne Hills has had the ball deep in Blue Streaks territory all day. You saw the first save there by the Blue Streaks goalie.
For this game, I really don't think Wayne Hills wants to give it to the Blue Streaks that often. You know, they have those great goal scorers on their team. Number 1, Tony Potpinka. You know, she's a great goal scorer on their team. I think Wayne Hills is just going to try to keep it on their offensive side, you know, for the whole game.
We were told before the game that Warren Hills' 2 top players are the Popinko twins, Tony and Tori. Tony is number 1, plays midfield, and Tori is number 2. She's a forward. So you'll see both of them on the field today as a free hit pretty deep in the territories. You're going to see a save there by senior goalie Stephanie Zygmunt. She had 21 saves in that state final game against West Morris. She's going to have to step up big again tonight if Wayne Hills is going to want to come away with the win. But Anthony, Stephanie is also the first baseman on the softball team, and she came up clutch for her team in the last game. Do you see her doing that again today?
John, I do. Right off the bat, you saw a nice save initially and then getting the ball out of their territory. So you talked about her playing first base. Obviously, the defensive skills of a first baseman have to be somewhat similar to a goalie. You have to keep it in front of you at all times and don't let it by you because bad things happen when that happens. So, you know, somewhat similar in those categories.
You saw Amy Smith's free hit goes out of bounds, and it's going to be the first corner of the game in favor of the Blue Streaks. So we'll see Wayne Hills' defense try to step up here. They did a great job of defending the corners in West Morris, but that was on a grass surface, and they got fortunate a bunch of times that that the ball took bad hops off the ground. You won't see that today. So the corners are going to be a lot more dangerous, especially because did you see one gets into the box and a goal scored by the Warren Hills Blue Streaks, and right away they go on top by a score of 1-0. Anthony, I was just about to say that these corners are going to be a lot more dangerous on turf, and it proved to be true from the very first play.
John, like I said in the opening, it is a lot faster today. The turf is wet. The ball is going to skid right across it. You know, it's going to allow for much easier passing and goal scoring.
On those corners, a problem has been getting the ball up in the air. Girls are doing that, and that's always been problems for them. On this turf, it's going to be easy just to keep it right on the ground for an easy pass to your other player.
Nikki Miller with a fast break up the sideline for Warren Hills after Spizzanti turned it over. But the turf adds a new aspect to the game. I mean, this Wayne Hills team is very used to playing on turf, so we thought it would be an advantage to be playing on this surface today, but so far it's proven otherwise.
Also to point out, this West Morris team's home field is a grass field.
It's going to be a free hit for the Patriots. It'll be taken, hit up the far side. They're going to battle for it, and Wayne Hills is going to come away.
John, the one difference I've seen thus far from this year to last year is that the main, you know, free hit person last year was Amanda Bodecker, and she really walloped the ball. And this year, it's Erin Ryan, and so far today, Erin Ryan has scored 2 balls already and popping them into the air. So, you know, there's a big difference in the play from Bodecker to Ryan, 2 different players.
And Anthony, we saw that in the last game too against West Morris. I mean, the free hits for Wayne Hills have not been too good. They actually brought in a sophomore, Shauna Burchill, in the second half to take those free hits because Erin Ryan and Hannah Lucas and whoever was taking those was just not getting the job done. And Burchill came in and did a great job. She played the final 20 minutes of that second half. But then in the overtime, she had to come out because they drop it down to 7-on-7. And once again, Erin Ryan and Shannon Burns got in there as well on those free hits. And that's something Wayne Hills is going to have to take advantage of because when you get that free hit, you're going to have to get some better field position and hit it as far as you can down the field. And so far, they haven't been able to do that.
I'd like to correct one of my before statements. This is not West Morris. This is the Warren Hill Blue Streaks. So I'm making a public apology for that one.
This one goes out of bounds to Warren Hills. It's going to be hit by number 28, Amy Smith. See, Erin Ryan's going to take this free hit. We'll see if she can do a little better than last time. She really doesn't do much of a job. Angelica Giametto wins that whistle. Erin Ryan's going to take another one. She gets a nice crack on this one. Goes up ahead to Jen Stessel, who battles for it. And they're going to call a foul on Warren Hills. So another free hit for Ryan and the Patriots. She gets this one short to senior Jacqueline Giametta. And they're going to call over. They're going to call a card on number 33, Nikki Miller of Warren Hills. Or some type of a warning. So Ryan's going to knock this one toward the circle. And it's going to be a turnover. It'll head back to the Blue Streaks.
Something in this game we're seeing a lot more than the West Morris game is the refs are getting a lot more involved in it, giving out an early card to Jen Stessel for the Patriots, and then giving another warning to number 33, Nikki Miller of the Blue Streaks.
This is junior Emily Spizzanti dribbling up ahead. Puts a nice ball into the box. They're going to let it go beyond the end line.
No one told me this. I don't want to put on the wrong side. Come on, bro. Very conscientious about this.
Intercepted there by Hannah Lucas, a sophomore getting the start for the Patriots. And they're going to give the ball back to Wayne Hills. Hit up ahead, intercepted by Warren Hills and knocked into some open space along the near sideline here. Emily Spizzanti picks that one off and goes out of bounds to Wayne Hills.
John, something a lot of fans don't realize about this Wayne Hills team is that they have a lot of young talent on their team, with a bunch of juniors and sophomores starting for this team rather than seniors. So they're going to be great in the next few years to come, possibly another state championship next year.
That's a very good point, Nick. I mean, this Wayne Hills team has a great balance of senior leadership and younger players, and they will lose a lot of starters next year. But like you said, they do have a lot of younger players. They have a few juniors in the starting lineup, along with sophomores Hannah Lucas and Angelica Giametto, who are both starting. So they will have experience next year, and we can expect them to be a force in the next few seasons, as opposed to this Warren Hills team, who I'm told has a lot of seniors, and they're gonna have a huge drop off next year as far as talent and experience goes.
Yeah, guys, last year Wayne Hills had a ton of seniors: Ariane Bagelman, Amanda Bodecker, Jen Kozlowski, Stevie Klee. I mean, up and down the list, you just saw senior, and very few juniors and sophomores, and it's the exact opposite this year. A lot of raw talent right now that we'll be able to build for the future.
There's a free hit for Wayne Hills. Nice one by Shannon Burns. Gets almost to the midfield stripe before being picked off by Warren Hills. That's Hannah Lucas along the far sideline. As Caitlin Laux is going to take this one. Dribbles past one defender. She's going to crack this one across, or almost to the 40-yard line. As they continue to battle, Laux gets in there again for another clear. There's a give and go this time, and it's going to be taken away by Warren Hills.
John, you saw after the give, Modak did not continue her pattern, so the go was not available.
Warren Hills now with some space in front of the net, getting in towards the circle. Wayne Hills' defense is there. Zigmund comes out, makes a slide, and I think they're going to call a foul on Stephanie Zigmund. So Warren Hills now with a chance. It's going to be a corner for the Blue Streaks. It's going to be taken by one of the Papinko sisters. It's going to be number 2, Tori Papinko, the forward. So another chance for the Blue Streaks. Shot in front of the net, knocked away by Zigmund. And Shannon Burns will take over and bring it back the other way. This is Tony Papinko now getting into the middle, flicks it in front, and Zigmund will kick it aside, and Wayne Hills can come back the other way. This is Caitlin Frieswick, one of the goal scorers from the last game, as they're going to turn it over to Warren Hills here. Wayne Hills tried to get something going there. Angelica Giamet up ahead to her sister, Jacqueline. And they're going to give it to Wayne Hills, so Erin Ryan's going to take the free hit here. This is really the first time they've gotten the ball deep into Warren Hills territory in the last 5 minutes or so. They get it inside now. Frieswick lets it get past her, but she'll save it before it goes beyond the end line. Gets it back into the circle. Giametta tries to keep it in. There's going to be a whistle. It'll go back to the Patriots after it appeared that Warren Hills was able to clear it out. So this is the first corner opportunity now for the Patriots of the game after Warren Hills has had 2, and they capitalized on the first one and opened up that 1-0 lead. Caitlin Frieswick's is going to insert it from the end line. Erin Ryan and Jacqueline Giametta, the 2 closest. It'll go to Giametta, who puts it in front of the net. Deflected, saved by the Warren Hills goalie. They're going to blow the whistle, but a nice save by the senior goalie, Sammy Rimback.
A nice job there, John, getting out into some open area. They were able to thread the needle to get through the defense, but a nice job by the goalie stepping out in front of that ball.
You know, the big difference from the last game, we said it, they're playing on turf this time, and Wayne Hills scored both their goals off corners in the last game, and that was on grass. And now on turf, they're going to have even better chances, and there's going to be a free hit. There's going to be a stroke here. Jacqueline Giametta is going to take it. So a huge opportunity for Wayne Hills as the girls take one knee. Giametta is ready to take it to try to tie the game up at 1 here in the first half. The ref will blow the whistle. Giametta lines up and shoots. Goal! Wayne Hills ties the game up at 1 on a free hit from Jacqueline Giametta.
John, you saw that just top left post to that right in the net. Great shot by Giametta.
We saw her practicing those before the game, and Giametta was able to cash in top shelf. And Wayne Hills ties it up at 1.
Wayne Hills, to win this game, they're facing a tough opponent. They're really going to need to capitalize on those opportunities. You know, the corner was a great chance. They got a nice stroke out of it. Were able to capitalize and tie it up at 1-1.
So before that goal went down, I was talking about the corners and how the turf is going to help Wayne Hills because they scored both their goals on corners last game, and they're going to have even better chances now on the turf. So with those dangerous inserts coming off the corners, I'd expect Wayne Hills to continue to make plays off those corners. And Giametta had plenty of time to line that one up, and I would expect her to have those same chances in the future.
John, it's deja vu all over again. Last year, Ariane Bagelman was able to do the same thing on a stroke, score a goal, which ended up being the winning goal in the state finals. So, I mean, that was incredible. This was a great shot here by Giametta to tie up the game.
And you know, Anthony, against West Morris and again today, the opponent has really, you know, they've had the advantage in the possession battle as the ball has been on Hills' side in both of those games. But like we said, Hills has been able to take advantage of those corners, and in this case, the stroke. So it's clear Coach Badami has stressed the practice of those strokes and corners, and they've been able to use that to their advantage.
One thing you can't do in field hockey is you can't dig yourself into a hole, which is just what this Warren Hills team did to give up that stroke. You're going to have to play better defense than that if you're going to want to go on to the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, and if you're the opposing team, you'd rather give up a goal that they earn on a corner or any type of regular goal. You don't want to have a penalty in the circle and give them an easy goal with a stroke because you worked hard to get that first goal and it's just been erased. Lauren Brands along the far sideline for the Blue Streaks, taken away by a Wayne Hills defender, and it's going to go to the Patriots. So Wayne Hills has gotten the benefit of most of the calls thus far, and then, of course, the stroke is the one that stands out.
John, the penalty on Warren Hills a few seconds ago was a third-party penalty, which is when a third member or a second member of your team or any 3 people at a single time touching the ball. So
this one gets in the middle. Zygmunt somehow able to keep it away from the net. That was a dangerous play there as the free hit's going to be taken up ahead to Jacqueline Giametta, who handles that hot shot. She has Frieswick up the field, gets it through. Here comes Hannah Lucas. She gets it up ahead to Caitlin Frieswick, who's into the circle now, knocked away by the Blue Streaks. Frieswick tries to keep it in bounds. She does that. Giametta over there in the corner. The clear is no good. They're going to get another shot out of here, and it finally gets through along the near sideline. It'll go out of bounds to Wayne Hills, but a nice clear there by the Blue Streaks.
John, a fast break opportunity there, and nothing doing for Wayne Hills. They had the opportunities, a nice cross, and then give and go to Cade Frieswick, but they weren't able to make the best of their opportunity.
A whistle again in favor of Wayne Hills. So Ryan will take the free hit. She chips this one to the midfield mark, poked ahead by Emily Spizzanti. Nicole Modak was there, and Wayne Hills will get another free hit. Erin Ryan, another bad one. And now Warren Hills finally gets a whistle.
Last game, one of the problems for this Wayne Hills team was those free hits right there. They just couldn't get enough leg on them, or stick on them, I should say. And you see Warren Hills, they seem like they're very trained in this, I would like to say, area and field hockey. It seems like it's benefited them to this point.
Caitlin Laux defending that run as they get it into the corner now. The centering shot's a good one, kicked away by Steph Zygmunt. They're going to get another chance out of here. Kicked again by Zygmunt, and they're going to give the ball to Wayne Hills. So 2 more saves for the senior goalie, headed for Division I Vermont University. And she's coming up big once again. I believe that's her 6th or 7th save already in this first half. This free hit from Ryan's a good one. Up the sideline to Frieswick. It goes out of bounds, and Giametta will have a free hit now. She's going to give way to Ryan. Erin Ryan gets it up ahead to Brittany Gallone. And call a kick on Gallone, but Wayne Hills gets it right back. Here comes Angelica Giametta now. She's going to get it taken away by Popinko. Popinko gets past the defense now. Trouble for Wayne Hills as Warren Hills has numbers coming back the other way, but it's knocked away by Spizzanti. Good defensive play by her as Warren Hills will have a free hit from the far sideline.
John, in field hockey more than any other sport, there are an extreme amount of penalties called at all times. Like, it seems that every few seconds there's a different penalty being called.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I definitely noticed. The game the other day was one of my first field hockey games I've watched, and I was overwhelmed with the amount of whistles. They're constantly stopping this game, and it just shows that the refs have to have their eyes open at all times because they have a huge effect on this game. And if you don't commit as many penalties, you don't give the opponent as many chances as here. Warren Hills gets into the box, it goes beyond the end line, and Wayne Hills will get another chance. And Warren Hills is really applying the pressure to Stephanie Zygmunt.
If you're used to watching other sports such as, basketball, football, soccer, those fast-paced sports, it's overwhelming to come to a field hockey game and see all these stops.
Brian's able to try to keep that one out of danger. A hard shot. They're going to say it went too high, as that one went wide of the net, but that was a strong shot there by number 11, Lindsay Schott, who scored the game-winning goal in their State North 2 Group 3 state final game. It was able to beat Freehold in double overtime, a very similar result to what Wayne Hills experienced in their state championship game. Both of these teams coming off sudden death victories in double overtime. Brittany Gallone scored the classic for Hills with 3 minutes to go in that overtime, but this Warren Hills team won on that shot by Schott with less than 5 seconds to go. So both of these teams coming off dramatic victories, and both of them trying to ride that momentum into this game. Schott tries to cross that, and they're going to say she went too high again. I wonder if Coach Badami is going to give the free hit duties to anyone else at this point if Ryan can't continue to hit good ones. That was a pretty solid one, but it's taken away by Popinko. Tony Popinko gets it into the middle. The shot just wide. They finally got one past Zygmunt, but it went just wide as Tori Popinko, getting the feed from her sister, was not able to finish.
John, the last game you saw, those high balls affected Wayne Hills late in the game, having Erin Ryan having to sit out right before the overtime. Do you think that it'll have as big of an effect this game as it did last game?
If Wayne Hills, those free hits are very important, and if Ryan doesn't do a good job, I mean, I would expect to see Shauna Burchell again. I mean, she's had a couple good ones, Ryan has, but she's going to have to be a little bit more consistent if they want to take advantage of these calls that they're getting. Strong hit. Erin Ryan's able to knock it down and keep it on the Warren Hills side of the field. Spizzanti gets this one. She jukes out a couple defenders before finally getting it taken away by Tony Popinko. Gets past Caitlin Laux. It's a one-on-one with Shannon Burns and Popinko. Popinko gets inside and it's knocked away by Laux. And they're going to call a whistle against Wayne Hills. The foul will go on Shannon Burns. And it's going to be a corner for Popinko and the Blue Streaks.
Wayne Hill's going to have to defend this corner better than they did last time, giving up a goal on it.
Tori Popinko will insert. Wayne Hill's defenders ready to come out. They get control of this one, lines it up and fires just wide. Strong shot from one of the forwards, and it did not quite get into that cage, as now Wayne Hills' free hit gets taken away by Schott, who gets it into the middle, knocked away by Emily Spizzanti, who gets free now. She crosses the 35 and across the 40. Spizzanti's played pretty strong so far in this first half. Jacqueline Giametta now with the ball, tries to get it into the middle to her sister, and she does. Angelica loses it as Tony Popinko's coming back the other way. This is 33, Nikki Miller now gets it up to her teammate. Good ball movement from the Blue Streaks as this one gets inside to Popinko, centers it for her teammate, and it can't be handled. A big opportunity for Warren Hills. They cannot cash in, as that was Nikki Miller who had some space in the middle, and the pass was perfect. She just couldn't get a stick on it. A free hit. Tony Popinko will take it. Into the middle, kicked away by Stephanie Zygmunt. Now Angelica Giametta has the ball. Gets it up the far sideline. Strong hit by her as Brittany Galone will try to chase it down and feed it to Frieswick in the middle. It went out of bounds, so Warren Hills will get a free hit. Angelica Giametta can't quite take that one away as Laux has it now along the sideline. They get it up ahead to Brittany Galone, the game-winning goal scorer from the state finals. Giametta takes a whack, can't quite get control of the ball. It goes out of bounds to the Blue Streaks.
John, Wayne Hills has been able to get it into Warren Hills' territory by, putting on some fancy moves from not only Emily Spizzanti, but Angelica Giametta, actually both the Giamettas. But once they get it there, they're not able to cross it to any of their teammates.
And that was pretty much the case against West Morris as well. They were just able to take advantage of the corners, and that's why they were able to put points on the board. And they might have to rely on that once again if they can't continue to apply heavy pressure to the goalies.
Well, John, the one thing they need to do in order to get those corners is be in Warren Hills' territory, and that is one of the main problems that they've had thus far.
Anthony, before this game, I've heard great things about the Warren Hills defense, and the Wayne Hills offense just going to have to break it. You said before, those corners, they're big shot opportunities. Wayne Hills seem to be good in the corners, scoring last game on it, their first goal. Wayne Hills is going to have to get those corners if they want to stand a chance at winning this game.
And I just can't say it enough that now on this turf, as that one goes too high and it'll be a turnover, on this turf, Wayne Hills is going to get a lot better opportunities to put stronger shots on net. So if they can just get those chances in the middle, they proved last game that they can take advantage of them and put up some cheap goals. Caitlin Laux takes that one away and is coming back the other way now for Wayne Hills. She winds up, but it's knocked away by number 31, Caitlin Nathangle. Or Nothnagel, excuse me. Laux chips that one up ahead, but that was way too high. So, guys, we know Jordan Kessel likes to talk about the outfits of the team, so I'm just going to draw a little attention here to the shoes and the spikes of these Wayne Hills players. They all have neon shoelaces, and we've been on the bus with this team. They're a pretty united group of girls, so they've coordinated the shoelaces. And Nick, we know some of these girls. They're really good. They get along really well, and they have great team chemistry, and that can take you a long way.
You're right, John. I like to see a team that works together with their outfits along as their play. If you look at this Warren Hills team too, some of the girls have these neon orange sticks with blue tape around them. That's very vibrant colors, opposites of which are gonna I guess, jump out at you.
The tape is definitely interesting, but going back to the chemistry factor, I mean, it can really make up for a lack of talent, and I don't know how Wayne Hills' talent stacks up against the other top teams in the state because we really haven't seen that much field hockey. But I know if your team gets along and plays well together, that can take you a long way. So Schott tries to center this one. They're going to give it back to the Blue Streaks. Amy Smith will knock this one into the middle. Angelica Giametta is able to gather it, get it ahead to Spizzanti. She's going to flick this one up ahead, intended for Frieswick, but Giametta has it now. She's coming back, but the whistle blows, and they're going to give it to Warren Hills. A strong shot here, knocked down by Caitlin Laux. She gets past one Warren Hills player, gets past another now, has some space in front of her. She's going to get a chance to get it to Giametta. And they're going to give Wayne Hills the ball as Ryan's going to come up now to take the free hit.
Going back to shoelaces, do you see Caitlin Laux' shoelaces? One orange, one green neon tape on her stick. It's a lot going on there.
Yeah, Laux has taken the opportunity and been different from everyone else. Everyone's got the neon orange, the sticks, the laces as Spizzanti gets inside, but Laux has lime green on both her shoes and her stick. So she's chosen a little bit of a different look as this one goes out of bounds to Warren Hills.
Well,
Nicole
Nick,
Modak. Excuse me, Anthony. Warren Hills clears that one away.
Nick, if you're going to talk about Laux's coordinating shoes, laces, and tape, let's look at Shannon Burns. She actually has a completely orange stick. So, she went one step beyond Laux from taping it to just get a completely matching stick. That's commitment right there.
I feel like sports, rather than a talent competition, it's a fashion show.
And we saw that with the soccer teams. I mean, the girls take it upon themselves to get all different sorts of cleats. We saw neon green and yellow cleats at the game. So it's not about how you play, it's about how you look, and these girls are proving that. Frieswick tries to make a move here. She battles hard for it, is able to keep it in Warren Hills territory. There's going to be a whistle. They're going to call Frieswick over and either ring her up or up, and they are going to give Caitlin Frieswick a yellow card. So I believe that is going to be a 5-minute penalty on Frieswick. So Wayne Hills will have to play a man down now, or a woman down, I should say. Frieswick will head over to the bench. So Hills loses an attacker. So they're just going to have to sit back on defense on their heels now and try to snuff out any opportunities Warren Hills produces for themselves. Spizzanti intercepts that one at the 45, gets it across midfield. They're going to give it back to the Blue Streaks. Laux does a good job of handling that bouncer. And Wayne Hills earns possession right back. Schott heads up the sideline and earns her team a free hit. It'll be taken by number 28, Amy Smith. Smith gets it into the middle, gets it into trouble. They're going to blow a whistle, and it looks like it'll be a corner for Warren Hills. This is their third of the game. They haven't been able to cash in on the first two. So once again, Tori Popinko will insert. She has 6 girls to choose from just outside the circle. She gets it in, gets past Schott, so blown opportunity there, but they get it back to Schott, who puts a shot on net, and it goes just wide. This stat's the third time today. A strong Warren Hills shot did not get within the parameters of the post as a bad hit by Erin Ryan. Her teammate Angelica Giametta tries to get that one out of there, but it'll go back to Warren Hills, except now Giametta gets it right back and tries to get up the sideline to her sister Jacqueline, who has it now along the near sideline.
John, correction on that last free hit. That was Shannon Burns, number 37, not Erin Ryan.
Jacqueline Giametta battling hard. Excuse me.
Sorry,
Anthony.
John. Let's go back to the pop culture theme for a second. We've looked at style, we've looked at jerseys, we've looked at shoelaces. We haven't looked at the name. Now, obviously, the Wayne Hills Patriots, that's, straightforward. A patriot, they fought in a war, for a revolution and everything. But what is a blue streak?
Well, Anthony, I actually have a friend that attends Warren Hills High School out there, and I believe Asbury, New Jersey, which is way out there by the Pennsylvania border. It's over an hour and 15 minutes from Wayne Hills. And I asked her, what is a blue streak? And she told me it was a blue lightning bolt. So we're playing a team that represents lightning bolts, which is not too clear by the name of the team. It's an interesting choice, and you see a lot of tigers, lions, bears, all those good. Oh my! And it's nice to see some new mascots getting into play as we tick down now under a minute 15 to go. So I mean, it's always nice to see a mascot you've never heard before.
John, one thing I don't understand. If you're from Wayne, they have the swim team, the Blue Streaks. Why would you use a lightning bolt in the name of a swim team? That always puzzled me.
That's not safe at all. That's a good point.
Well, water is a conductor of lightning. So I guess they're saying, we swim so fast, maybe the lightning can strike us at any point.
It's food for thought.
I'm just spitballing here, but you never know what these Board of Eds are thinking when they make the choice for these mascots. I mean, they probably make the selection when they first establish the school. So it's a question you'd have to go way back to ask. I mean, why are Wayne Hills the Patriots? That'll do it for the first half. We'll stop with the nonsenses. We're going to head to a break. So at the end of one half of action here at Madison High School in Madison, New Jersey, the Wayne Hills Patriots are tied by a score of 1-1 with the Warren Hills Blue Streaks. Stay tuned as we'll be back for the second half of action in this tie game.
There's more to sports than many people know. It's about the drive. It's about the fuel that produces greatness. It's about the rivalries. Sports is about giving more than you have to give when game is on the line. It's about the fear. It's about the pain that comes with losing and the drive to never feel that pain. It's about settling for nothing less than best, being number one. But for us, sports is just everyday life.
Welcome back to Madison High School for the Group 3 semifinal matchup between the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Warren Hills Blue Streaks. I'm John Vittas here with Anthony Scudillo and Nick Appaluccio as we get ready for the second half of action here in Madison, New Jersey. The score is tied at 1. Wayne Hills scored on a stroke by Jacqueline Giametta, and Warren Hills was able to score off a corner. So both teams scoring off set plays as the officials take the field as we're about ready to get going here in the second half. So Wayne Hills will go with what appears to be almost the same lineup as the first half. Your forwards being Brittany Gallo, Nicole Modak, Angelica, and Jacqueline Giametta. I'm sorry, Jen Stessel's in the game as well. Oh, she's not in the game. As Bazzanti takes control to start things off, she's a midfielder, joined by Hannah Lucas, Caitlin Laux, and Erin Ryan. Your lone defender right now is Shannon Burns. So here we go. 30 minutes to go to the conclusion of this North 3 group semifinal. It's an elimination game, so this will be the last meaningful game for either of these teams if they were to lose. Shot in the middle, knocked away by Zygmunt. They chase forward. Zygmunt slides on the ground. The ball is free in the middle, and they're going to blow the whistle and give the Blue Streaks a corner. So Zygmunt diving out in front with no regard for her own body with two big saves, but they blew the whistle and I believe called a foul on her. So they're going to get a corner. Are the Blue Streaks. The shot is controlled there by Shot. She passes it to number 1, Papinko, who gets a shot on that, and it's knocked away. I'm not sure who got their body on the ball. It might have been Zygmunt.
John Zygmunt was able to kick it away there to get it out of Wayne Hill's territory, and it looks like the offense is starting to work.
Brittany Galone has ditched the headpiece after the first half. That one goes out of bounds off the Blue Streaks, but the first big chance of the second half goes Warren Hills' way, but Wayne Hills is there to deny.
Zygmunt just time after time showing us why she deserves to be a Division I goalie next year at Vermont.
Shannon Burns is going to step up here and knock away that chance for Warren Hills. That was the forward Lindsay Shot, the sophomore, who is closing in. This one gets into the middle. Warren Hills gets something going again now. Caitlin Laux there to deny, and she knocks over Shot. So an obvious foul on the Patriots. And now Tori Papinko will insert the corner. So the second corner of the half for Warren Hills, their 5th of the game. They scored their first goal on their first corner of the day. They're going to try to do the same, of course. This one gets into Papinko, who passes it. Shot on net, saved by Zygmunt. Shannon Burns is able to clear it aside for the moment. Warren Hills tries to keep it in. Laux is there. Laux loses it now. It's back in the middle for Shot, and it'll go beyond the end line. They're going to give the ball to Wayne Hill, so another opportunity denied by the Patriots.
This Warren Hills team's learning that Stephanie Zygmunt isn't your everyday goalie.
Another chance now for the Blue Streaks. They try to get this one in there, defended by Hannah Lucas. Control was lost for a second, but it's going to be taken away by Angelica Giametto, who's going to hit it up the sideline. Strong hit from her. It'll go out of bounds back to Warren Hills. But a nice play by Angelica Giametto, who's able to clear that one out of danger. Whitney Kowski is going to take this free hit for the Blue Streaks. And Anthony, we were talking in the first half about the nickname for this team, the Blue Streaks, and we were told that that is a blue lightning bolt, and I believe you had some thoughts on that.
Yeah, John, I don't want to say that streaks is vague, but when I think of a streak, I think more of like an actual line, like a stripe, a solid stripe. But I think rather a blue bolt, because obviously Thunderbolt is a lightning, so that would make much more sense. The Blue Bolts. I think we should call them that from now on, rather than the Blue Streaks. The Blue Bolts.
Well, Anthony, I'm not going to go into the books and change the name. You can say what you want. But I would agree. Blue Bolts does sound a little bit better as Wayne Hills gets this one into the middle. Knocked away by the Warren Hills goalie, and it'll go out of bounds. Back to the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills. Oh, Bolt does sound better, Anthony.
Going back to that, I'm going to have to disagree with you guys. I really think that Bolt just doesn't fit. The double B's kind of throws it off.
The double B is what makes it a great name. I mean, the alliteration always works better.
A lot of famous people have the initials BB. Bill Buckner.
Whew. Bill Buckner's my hero. I just have to say that, being a Mets fan.
Bob Barker, Brent Barry, up and down the list. There's famous people.
Our cameraman, John Giudello, came up with Bill Bradley. That's a good one. Being in this area of New Jersey, Bradley, a Princeton graduate, NBA basketball player, became a U.S. Senator. He had it all working for him. So a lot of famous BBs, and I'm sure Warren Hills wouldn't mind adding their name to the list. Erin Ryan will take the free hit from her own 15. Knocked up ahead. Nice play by Jacqueline Giametto. They reverse sides of the field, so you're going to see different girls on the near side of your screen as Brittany Galone and Hannah Lucas are now on our side, and Jacqueline Giametto and Angelica Giametto are now on the opposite side.
A little trickery there.
Papinko is able to get it into the middle. Shot has some space. Erin Ryan's there to defend it. And she makes a nice play. She's chipped up from behind, so Wayne Hills will retain possession. Ryan with another mishit. Modak has it. And it's taken away again by Warren Hills. As swing and a miss. And taken away by Wayne Hills, but they're going to give it back to the Blue Streaks. Into the middle now. A dangerous play here. Zygmunt scrambling to get back, but Popinko whiffed. She had an open net. There was one defender there as they still battle for it in the circle. And it's finally going to go back to Warren Hills, who will have their 6th corner of the evening. But wow, did Tori Popinko, the junior, miss an opportunity there. This free hit now goes into the middle to Tony. Popinko winds up and shoots, deflected away. Went off a stick as they still battle for it. Ryan's in there, gets into the middle for a shot. Zygmunt's all over it. Zygmunt will try to make another save. There's 4 Wayne Hills players in front of the net. That one's knocked away by Spazzanti. Zygmunt kicks it away. Warren Hill still has the ball. And Spazzanti's there. They're going to blow the whistle, and then that exciting series of events. Free hit for Warren Hills. Popinko takes it, gets it into the middle. Knocked away by Zygmunt. It's in front of the net. Lucas is there. And it's going to be another free hit for the Blue Streaks as they are really putting pressure on Zygmunt, but she continues to come up big. Free hit goes back to Popinko. They're going to blow it dead.
Statue of Liberty. Everybody stay still except for one person. Let's go.
That's what it looked like.
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Someone forgot to tell Tori Popinko that the whistle was blown. She gets it to her sister Tony once again. Spazzanti charging the shot on net, deflected away by Zygmunt. Gets in the middle. Zygmunt kicks this one. It's still in the middle. Aaron Ryan battles for it. Knocked away by Spazzanti. And it's going to be another whistle on another corner for Warren Hills. Wow, this is their 3rd in this possession.
Guys, talking about how you dress before, your play style is also pretty important in looking as a good player. You see Tori Popinka, how her toe is out on those corners.
Save, glove save, and a beauty by Stephanie Zygmunt. Wow, these Warren Hills players are taking strike after strike, and Zygmunt's just turning them aside.
The comparison to a first baseman again comes into mind with the glove save there, John.
Sure, baseball skills have helped her out.
Softball.
Softball.
I mean, Zygmunt has been a brick wall today. Other than that one that got past her, she's got to be around 15 saves. She had 21 the last game, and I said in the pregame, Wayne Hills can't give the opponent all these opportunities to score, but Zygmunt's showing that, hey, give them as many opportunities as they want. I'm just going to stop them. They're talking to some players again. We've seen a lot of these meetings between the referees and the players. We saw 2 in the previous game, and they ejected Aaron Ryan late in regulation, and it carried over into the first overtime period. They carded Caitlin Frieswick earlier in the game. I'm not quite sure what the call was here. They also gave a green card to a Warren Hills player earlier in this half. So they're going to give the ball to Wayne Hills. Aaron Ryan will take the free hit. She gets this one through the initial line of defense. Brittany Galone battles for it along the near side here. Galone's able to take control and come back the other way, looking for some teammates. He dribbles past the 40, gets it through the defender. She'll chase it into Warren Hills territory. This is Tara Benson. Hits that one for Warren Hills. Back up ahead. It'll go to the Blue Streaks, as Benson's going to take this one. Intercepted by Emily Spazzanti. Tries to get it up ahead. They're going to call a penalty. There's going to be a call against Warren Hills as Hannah Lucas tries to keep it in Warren Hills territory. They fight for it. Lucas just cannot get it away from Popinko. Popinko's going to flick it up ahead. Spazzanti was there, but the whistle blows in favor of Warren Hills. This one up ahead. Lucas has it, and they're going to give it to the Blue Streaks again. Whitney Kowski, number 31, The sophomore will take this one. Hannah Lucas defends in the corner. This is Tori Papinko battling with Lucas. And Papinko wins that battle as they'll get a free hit from the corner. Gets it into the middle, into the circle, dangerous. There's Wayne Hills defenders there as they battle forward in the middle. There's going to be a whistle.
Another corner, John.
Another corner for the Blue Streaks. They're up to around 9 now as Tori Papinko will take it once again, and they've been giving it to her sister Tony on every single one of these, so you wonder if Wayne Hills is going to read off on that. They mix it up this time, they do give it to Papinko in a different position as Zygmunt kicks that one aside. They're going to blow the whistle again. It's going to be another corner. So they're mixing up a little bit by moving Tony Papinko to different positions, but every time they're giving it to her, she's closest to the bottom of your screen now. We'll see if they give it to her. No, they give it... Oh, I'm sorry. Papinko was in the middle, and they did give it to her. Deflected away by Spazzanti. There's going to be a free hit for Kowski and the Blue Streaks. Oh, no, a corner again. Third straight corner.
Excuse me, John. Sooner or later, one of these corners is just got to go in. Time after time, the Blue Streaks is getting corners.
A bouncer that wound up, fired, got past Zygmunt, but a save there by a defender. It gets in the middle. Goal, Warren Hills. It's about time. That was the 7th corner of the half, and they finally got one past the stone wall and Zygmunt, and Wayne Hills finds themselves down 2-1, 10 minutes into the second half.
There's that one corner, John. Sooner or later, one had to go in, and that one ended up going in a big way.
Zygmunt was kicking away shot after shot, and they were finally able to elevate one, and it got past her as well as the 2 other defenders that were in the vicinity. As this one goes too high. Tony Papinko fires, deflected by Spazzanti. As Schott has it now, gets it to the middle. Laux is there. Laux knocks it away. This is Schott. Laux again knocks it away. They're going to give it to Wayne Hills as Ryan will put it down. Strong hit from her. It'll go out of bounds at the midfield stripe back to Warren Hills. Spazzanti wins that battle. We'll head back to the Patriots. But guys, we saw Wayne Hills in a very similar situation 2 days ago in the state finals against West Morris, down by 1 in the second half, and they were able to score with about 9 minutes to go on a corner to Caitlin Frieswick. But right now, Warren Hills is dominating the action. Wayne Hills is going to have to try to get the ball into their circle if they want to make anything happen.
John, in your post-game interview last game, you talked to Coach Radames, and she said that big players need to step up and make big plays, and that's exactly what Wayne Hills needs right now. They need their senior leadership to step up and possibly score them a goal and save them goals.
That's absolutely right, Nick. I mean, I asked, as you see, this one gets inside. Shot on goal, saved by Zygmunt. She kicks that one aside. It'll go up ahead to Giametto, who has it coming back the other way, but the question I asked Coach Badami that Nick was referring to was, with 15 minutes to go in that second half down by 1, Coach Badami called a timeout, and it appeared she really got on her players. And I asked her what she told them, and she said just what Nick said. Big players need to step up in these type of situations. And if Wayne Hills can't get anything going in the next few minutes, I'd expect a similar type of timeout by Coach Badami to try to light a fire under these girls, because it's cold out here. These girls, their morale might be a little bit down right now as they just gave up the go-ahead goal. So she's going to have to try to light a spark under these girls and have them try to ignite some type of comeback. Whitney Kowski's free hit gets past Lucas. The Papinko sisters get it up to Schott. Foul on Shannon Burns, so it'll be another free hit. Tony Papinko will take this one. Gets it up ahead. The shot on net, knocked away by the traffic in front. They center it again. They're going to say it hit the leg. of a Wayne Hills player. So it's going to be a corner for the Blue Streaks. And they
John.
just continue to pile up.
Excuse me, John. 2-1, you could come back from that easy, but 3-1, that could be a nail in the coffin for Wayne Hills.
A 2-goal margin's a huge difference. There's a clear shot here for Popinko to wind up. Oh, I'm sorry, that was shot, and it went just wide right as Zygmunt was there for the kick save. So with 15 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the game, Wayne Hills finds himself down by 1.
It's going to be interesting to see how fierce Wayne Hills is on the attack, and right now they're really in the defensive mode still, trying to just hit it out of their territory. While on the other hand, there's the prerogative of attacking the goal, and they're not doing that right now.
Wayne Hills has to take the pressure off their defense. They've been on their heels the last 10 minutes, giving up what by my count is 8 corners in the last 10 minutes, which is just completely unbalanced because Wayne Hills has not really put any pressure at all on Sammy Rimback and the Warren Hills defense, as now they do get it into Warren Hills territory as Ryan's going to take this free hit from the 10-yard line. Ryan gets it into the middle. Modak is there. There's going to be a whistle, and Wayne Hills is going to get a corner. Their first of the half. So here we go. It looks like Frieswick will insert. She gets it to Giametta. Giametta winds up and fires. Knocked down in the middle. They battle for it. There's going to be a whistle, and it's going to be another corner for the Patriots. So once again, Caitlin Frieswick will get it probably to Giametta. She also has Modak, Galone, Giametta, and Lucas. She does give it to Giametta. They're going to blow it dead. Someone left early. But you wonder if Warren Hills keys in on Jacqueline Giametta because she's gotten all the corner feeds today. They do give it to Jacqueline once again. She winds up, fires, puts a strong shot on net, knocked down by Warren Hills, and they're going to give the ball back to the Blue Streaks. So an opportunity missed for Wayne Hills, and they've been far and few between in the second half. But here we go again. Spazanti's able to get it back into the middle. Gets it into the circle for Galone, but they're going to give it right back to Warren Hills once again.
John, Wayne Hills really needs to capitalize on these few offensive possessions. I mean, if they can't do something soon, you might be able to put this one in the book, seeing how dominant Warren Hills' offense has been this half.
With 13 minutes to go, Spazanti tries to get this one into the circle, taken away by Popinko. Tony gets it up ahead to Shot along the far sideline. They have a 3-on-2 coming back, but Caitlin Laux gets a stick on that one to slow things up as Hills is able to get back. But here comes a fast break as Lauren Brands gets into the middle. It's going to be knocked away. Shot again for Warren Hills, knocked away by Erin Ryan, who got back. Protecting that one. Nikki Miller had a stick on that. And now it's coming back. Modak and Angelica Giametta gets tripped up. They call the foul on Tony Popinko. They're going to card her, it looks like. She very well could be out of the game. It's a yellow card. So,
John, this is an opportunity to capitalize right now. Their best offensive player is off the court, floor, field, turf. Last week it was on grass. But we have to capitalize on the opportunity.
Shot brings this one up. She doesn't have Popinko to give it to. It gets through somehow to Zygmunt, who kicks it away. Jacqueline Giametta will take it back now. But, Anthony, you're absolutely right. Tony Popinko is Warren Hills' best offensive player. They've been feeding her the ball all day. And now she's out of the game, so they're going to have to look to someone else for offense. And it gives Wayne Hills an opportunity as Spazanti loses it, or Galone lost it. The pass was from Spazanti. This free hit gets past Laux and past Burns, who will let it go beyond the end line. So she'll be able to take it out now beyond the arc for this free hit.
John, before the game, talking to some of the Popinka's family members, they said all you have to do is stop the Popinkas and you pretty much win. And no team has been able to figure that out so far, seeing as they're at this point.
Nick, one way of stopping him is getting him out of the game.
Wayne Hill's doing a great job of that so far.
And Anthony, you and I were talking a little bit on the bus before the game about scouting, and you wonder if these teams really do any of that. I wouldn't think they do. I mean, girls sports, they do, especially ones like field hockey where there's not too much too much strategy involved. I mean, I'm sure there's a ton, but not as many as some other sports. And you really, before a game, you know nothing about your opponent other than who they've beaten and maybe a couple of their key players, but they haven't really been able to figure out that these two Papinkos are the star players. As a timeout is called by Coach Badami, a very similar call to the last game with 11:27. She's going to have her players huddle up and try to take advantage of this power play.
Guys, what do you think she's saying right now to her players?
Well, you know, we had a chance to ask her that the very same question last game when she called a timeout in this very similar situation, down by 1 with 10 to 15 minutes to go. And she said, guys, this is your senior year. This is it. You're big players. You're a big team. This is the time where you have to step up and cash in with the goal. And their team responded by Caitlin Frieswick's goal with 9 minutes to go to tie the game at 1. So we'll see if they can do that again today with Papinko out of the game.
Said it last game, Coach Badami, I've heard, is to be an excellent team motivating speaker. We'll see if she could do the same thing last game as she's trying to do this game, which is get her team to score the goal, tie the game, bring it into overtime.
And it wasn't just the fact that they scored after her speech, it was the fact that they played a lot better. I mean, they came out on fire. They were just moving quicker around the field, rotating a lot faster, and it showed for the final 30 minutes of that game, which would include that 15 minutes of regulation and then the 17 minutes of the 2 overtime periods before Wayne Hills was able to score and win the game. So they're hoping for a similar result this time, as Nikki Miller will hit this one. She changes her mind, goes back the other way, gets it for Tori Papinko. Hannah Lucas is there. They call a foul on Papinko, so Lucas will take this one. She slides it up ahead to Modak. Now Jacqueline Giametta has it. She crosses the field. Dribbles inside the 20. Strong run by her. She's going to have to center it now. She gets inside the 5, and it knocks off the Warren Hills defender, but they're going to say it was after they had crossed the end line, so the ball will go back to the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills. Strong clear from Warren Hills. Shannon Burns, the last line of defense, will handle it. She gets it across the field into some open spaces. Erin Ryan chases it, but the battle is won by Warren Hills, and they're coming back the other way. Another strong hit into the box for Papinko, but Zygmunt reads it well and kicks it out. It'll go back to Wayne Hills. Another strong, aggressive play from Stephanie Zygmunt, who's kept her team in the game today. But now they'll turn it right back over to the Blue Streaks. Their go-to player isn't in there at this point, but the shot is knocked down by Caitlin Laux. They blow the whistle. And it's going to be a corner for the Blue Streaks. We'll see who they give it to, because every single corner has gone to Toni Papinko as she gets about ready to enter the game, but it won't be early enough. So they're going to have to look to someone else. Lindsay Schott's been the best player other than her, and that is who they give it to. She winds up and fires. Another nice save by Zygmunt, a kick save, as that one somehow stays in. Schott chases it down. And it's going to be a free hit for Warren Hills.
With Toni Papinka being out right now, Wayne Hills still seems to be that they're being outplayed and outmatched on the field. With Warren Hills being one player down and that being their best offensive player, they've really got to try to work it to their offensive side of the field and try to score a goal right here before she can come back and play.
Burns' free hit up ahead to Galone, who's able to get it away from one of the players. She centers it. Can't get it through to Frieswick. Frieswick's battling hard for it. They continue to fight, and they're going to give it to Warren Hills. So now as we tick down under 8.5 minutes to go, it's crunch time now, and Wayne Hills can't panic. They have to try to play their game, but time is ticking. Galone picks that one off and dribbles it back the other way. They're going to give it to Wayne Hills on the reach-in. Lucas is going to take this one, slides it up ahead, gets through to Galone. She's looking for some teammates now up the near sideline. She's got to cross it, can't quite get a good stick on it. It goes out of bounds back to Wayne Hills. So it'll be taken from the corner by Hannah Lucas. The sophomore midfielder will insert this one. Gets it to Angelica Giametta, but it's knocked out of bounds by Warren Hills. Another inbound for Wayne Hills. Spizzanti has it, tries to get it into the middle. She does, and they blow the whistle. It's going to go back to Warren Hills, another one that went too high. So 7.5 minutes now to go, with Warren Hills leading by a score of 2-1. It's hit down here toward the near sideline. Papinko has it. This is Tori. Tori gets it up, but Laux is there. Tony Papinko has re-entered the game after serving her 5-minute penalty, as they give it to Wayne Hills. So here's another chance now to get the ball deep into Warren Hills territory. Spizzanti slides it up, but nothing there. This Warren Hills defense has been stifling, as now Tori Papinko has a run up the near sideline. Laux is there to battle. She gets it into the middle now. Dangerous situation as they get past the defense, but Laux is there. They're going to give it back to Wayne Hills. So a bullet dodged there from Wayne Hills. No pun intended, as we're playing here at the home of the Madison Dodgers. A neutral site for this Group 3 semifinal game. As Wayne Hills gets a run now up the far sideline. Frieswick gets it past the end line. They're going to give it to Wayne Hills. Oh, I'm sorry, they gave it to Warren Hills. I didn't quite see where the ball was. I was following Frieswick. But now Warren Hills has another run up the sideline. Oh, and she's tripped up hard from behind. They're going to continue play. I guess no whistle was called. The center is deflected.
Guys, did you see the second that Tony Papinka came in? She made a play. She is, without a doubt, this Warren Hills' best all-around field hockey player.
Tony Papinko, the senior midfielder #1, has certainly made her impact on this game. As her team leads by 1, they have another corner opportunity here with 5:35 and counting to go in the game. Once again, it's given to Tony Papinko, who winds up in 5. Deflected, knocked away by Caitlin Laux. That ball was just inches from crossing the goal line, and somehow Laux was able to get a stick on it and knock it away.
5 minutes left, boys. It's crunch time.
It's certainly crunch time, as that one got past Zygmunt, but luckily no one was home for Warren Hills, as Lucas will try to play it up the sideline. My key player, Caitlin Laux, with a game-saving play. They're going to blow a whistle, as it'll be another timeout on the field. So this is Coach Badami's last chance to try to save her season, with 5 minutes and 1 second to go in the the Group 3 state semifinal game. The winner will advance to the Tournament of Champions. So with Wayne Hills finding themselves down by 1, Anthony, if you're the coach, what would you tell these girls?
Well, John, that's a great question. First off, I would explain that this game is just a pride game. It doesn't matter if they win. But of course, if they want their pride to be as high as it should be, they will win this game. The seniors, this is very likely their last game, except for Zygmunt, who was obviously playing in college. Right now, I'm telling him, you have 5 minutes left of high school field hockey, and you have to make the best of those 5 minutes.
No question about it. That's what I would be pointing out to my players at this point if I'm Coach Badami. Hey, you've played probably 4 years of field hockey here. You've sacrificed so much time into this program. You've won back-to-back state championships. Let's make it even further this year. Last year they lost in this round. And why not win this one? I mean, give it all you have for these 5 minutes, and because you don't want your career to end right here. I mean, even if you get it to overtime, that's a lot more exciting than losing in regulation. So the teams take the field for the final 5 minutes of action. And by basketball standards, it is now crunch time, as Shannon Burns will take this one. Burns gets it up ahead. Papinko intercepts it. Papinko getting into the middle. Laux is there, but they give it to Warren Hills. And Papinko winds up, but it's knocked away by Spizzanti. And I don't know what the call is, but they're going to give it to to the Blue Streaks on a corner. I don't see what Spizzanti did wrong. We're not 100% aware of every single rule regarding obstructions, but with 4:15 to go, Warren Hills has a corner. The bouncer goes to someone else this time, who gives it to Popinko. The shot is a strong one, knocked down by Zygmunt. Another shot, another save by Stephanie Zygmunt. They're still in the circle, and they're going to give it back to Wayne Hills. But, guys, this senior goalie just continues to make save after save.
John, Stephanie Zygmunt does not want to go home without a win today. She wants to keep going in this tournament.
Modak tries to make something happen. Can't quite get it to Galone, but she does control now. Wayne Hills did have numbers for a moment, but Warren Hills is able to close. This one gets through to Modak. Modak tried to get it back to Galone, but it's knocked away by Warren Hills. Galone will hit it back to Spizzanti for the free hit. A big chance for Wayne Hills here. They're going to have to take advantage. Erin Ryan will take this one away from Spizzanti. The senior saying, hey, give me a shot. This is my last game. But it goes out of bounds back to Wayne Hills. So Ryan's going to take another one from that very same spot. She gets it to Spizzanti, who loses it, and it's taken away by Warren Hills. A big turnover from Emily Spizzanti and the Patriots. And Popinko and Schott are coming back the other way. Schott battles with Laux along the far sideline. Laux does not want to get that ball back deep into her own territory. She does a good job of getting it back into the Warren Hills side of the field as Modak controls now. The whistle goes back to Wayne Hills with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
John, right before Wayne Hills got this ball back, you see that the Warren Hills team is trying to keep most of their midfielders on the defensive side to try to give themselves the best chance to stop a tying goal to bring this into overtime.
Galone chips it up ahead. It'll go beyond the end line. So one of the last opportunities for Wayne Hills is turned aside, and as we get down now to 2 minutes to go, they got to make something happen in a hurry as this one's intercepted by Galone. We'll see if she can do anything. She chips it ahead, knocked away by Tony Popinko. These Popinko sisters are making it happen as it's cleared well down the field. This will burn some serious time off the clock as Laux loses it to Tori Popinko, who's dribbling it up now toward the circle. Laux comes back to make the play, but the clock will continue to run with 1:46 to go. Free hit for Warren Hills. They will take all the time in the world before they get this one off. It's time to hit the panic button right now if you're Wayne Hills with 1:30 to go. Oh, a nice play by Tony Popinko. Gets it into the middle before getting it taken away by Hannah Lucas. But once again, Warren Hills takes possession right back. They're going to give it back to Wayne Hills as time ticks. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. So if they can get it into Blue Streaks territory one more time, it'll be their last chance to keep the season alive. Spizzanti gets it up to Galone. Galone battling a bunch of defenders. She gets through the defense. Tries to keep it going. Gets it inside the 30 now as the defense for Warren Hills is strong, but Wayne Hills will get a free hit from about the 25. They're going to blow the whistle. A timeout called by Coach Badami with 1 minute to go. So this is the last push for Wayne Hills. I mean, strategy-wise, what are you looking at right now?
You know, John, I'm looking at Coach Badami telling, just like last game, her big players have to make big plays. She's also going to have to look to her underclassmen who haven't been making as big of a splash in this game to try to score a goal, bring this into overtime. You know, Wayne Hills has thrived in overtime this year, winning their state championship in overtime. I really think that if they can bring this game into overtime, that they can win it.
Well, John, last year this time, this is Ariane Bagelman's city. Now, she's in college, and that's unfortunate for Wayne Hills field hockey. But I think you really have to get it to your senior leader here, Brittany Galone. Try to center it in the middle to her. Try to make something happen. Just get some shots on goal. You know, it can ricochet off of something. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, for the first time today, these fans are getting on their feet, or at least making some noise with 1 minute to go. Both huddles were very vocal on that timeout as Wayne Hills trying to pump themselves up. Wayne Hills bench is standing. They don't want their season to end here in Madison. Erin Ryan's going to take the free hit. It gets a strong one into the middle, into the circle. It's going to go beyond the end line. And it's not quite sure what the call is. It's going to be a corner for Wayne Hills, not the typical corner, a free hit from the corner. So under 1 minute to go, the referees are taking the time. Last chance for the Patriots. Ryan's hit's knocked away. They try to keep it in. Last chance for the Patriots. It's shoved into the middle. Whistle sounds, and it's going to be one last chance for Wayne Hills. They get that corner they've been looking for all half. So here we go. Last chance for the Patriots. This is how they won the game 2 days ago to win the state championship. Frieswick's going to insert.
John, I'd like to point out that if time runs out on this corner, they let the play run.
So last chance for Wayne Hills. It goes to Jacqueline Giametta. She winds up, fires into the middle. There's traffic in front, and they're going to give it back to Warren Hills. So just like that, the opportunity is erased, and the whistle sounds. The game is over. Wayne Hills loses in the Group 3 semifinals. No reason to hang your heads if you're the Patriots. You are still the state champions. No one can take that away from them. But today was Warren Hills' day as the Blue Streaks defeat the Patriots by a final score of 2-1. Guys, thoughts on the game?
John, a valiant effort by Wayne Hills today. You know, they really gave it their all. The seniors, you know, played with their heart, and that's all you can do. I mean, just fight the entire time and don't give up at any time, and they did exactly that. I mean, they pushed the entire game, and you know what? A lot of good opportunities were missed, but some were taken advantage of, and Steph Zigman and the other seniors had a great game.
You know, John, I'd like to congratulate both teams here. You know, you only get 4 teams in your group to make it here, and it's an amazing feat for any team to make it this far in the tournament. You know, seniors, they played a great game. Juniors, sophomores, great game. They just couldn't put it away.
Well, guys, the thing that stands out for me is Stephanie Zigman, the star goalie, has played her final game for Wayne Hills. She'll go on to bigger and better things. But for this team, it was a successful season. I mean, they lost a lot of key players after the state championship last year, and Coach Badami was able to reload rather than rebuild. They finished the season with a 15-2 record, which is very, very good. They win a second straight North 1 Group 3 state championship. So next year they'll go for the three-peat to officially declare themselves as a dynasty. So we wish them the best of luck next season. They had a great year, but that'll just about do it here from Madison High School in Madison, New Jersey. For everyone on our broadcasting crew, our cameraman, John Giardello, along with my fellow announcers, Anthony Scudillo and Nick Appaluccio, I am John Vittas. Have a nice day.